Hi! I know there's only one person that may watch this, but I just wanted to share. So, as you may know, if you live in Arkansas or Madison County or wherever, there was a very bad, significant weather storm, slash, I don't know, here. And I just wanted to talk about that and my experience with the storm. But, I have a lot of crazy things that went down that day also, like, in the day. Not whenever it, like, stormed in that exact time, but, like, part of it, in that day. Because that day at school was crazy, too. So, it started out when I went to school. And when I went to school, everybody was acting, like, super weird. I don't know if it was because, like, the clouds looked really weird, too. And I just didn't know if it was just the wet. I didn't know. But everybody was acting really weird, like, way quieter than normal. But it was a normal day besides that, but, whenever we got to recess, like at the end of the day, because we have 2 recesses now, and at the end of the second recess, the teacher was being like off, like she knew it was gonna happen. She was like worried and stuff. And then I got in the bus, and when I got in the bus, nobody would talk, and especially my friend. She usually talks to me a lot on the bus, and she wouldn't say a word to me. I mean, like no, nothing. And I put my earbuds in, and I just didn't pay attention. But as we rode on, the clouds kept getting more intense. And I was like, oh no, we may have to take cover tonight. And sure enough, I got home, and there was tornado warnings everywhere around me. And my mother was not home yet. She was at work. And that really did scare me because I didn't know how the roads were. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how many trees were falling. I didn't know because I was home. And we had no way to get hold of anyone because our power was flickering, so our internet was rebooting, and it wouldn't reboot because there was no service, and we couldn't get a hold of no one. We couldn't look up the weather services because our TV was out, and all we could do was sit there and pray that my mother and that our house would be fine. And it also, because when I got home, me and my grandma were just thinking, oh, it's just gonna be some rain and some storms, and I got home. And I was very scared because tornadoes and stuff like that are one of my number one fears, besides needles and shots and stuff like that, but And we were watching baking shows, and the TV was trying to go out, so we switched to the weather. And we realized that we were not in the best place of weather as that time. So, and then our electricity went out, so we went to DVR again, and we watched a movie that we already had. And we didn't need internet for it because we thought it's just gonna be fine. It'll be okay. We'll get through this. Little did we know that we had a long ride ahead of us. So we got done with that movie, and then we were sitting on the couch, and our power flickered, and it got really dark, and it was only like 5:30, and it was like pitch black outside. And I mean that because we have this, like, I don't know if you can see it, but like a little pole that, like, the light. And it came on. It was that dark that the pole thought it was nighttime. And I know it's winter, and I know, oh yeah, stupid, the days are getting shorter. No, it got dark way soon. And that's when I knew that, no, this is not just thunderstorms. This is going to be such more. So my mom calls us, and we get it. And we're so thankful that we get service enough to get a hold of her. And she tells us, you may have to take cover tonight, and I'm being serious, and I may not make it home, because she was in Fayetteville getting food, and she didn't know it was going to get this bad. So on her way home, there's a store, like a little corner store, like with gas and stuff, and it just got closed down like a few months ago, but that's not the point. There was a news fan sitting there, and she stops to see what they're doing, and he goes, my mom asked her, why are you here? And he goes, you're not in a safe place right now. You need to go home and take cover now. And that was his exact words at that moment. And my mom got in her car, and she raced home. Not on the dirt roads, though, because we live on a dirt road. And there was just rivers and big trees down. I mean big ones, like the one I'm sitting in front of. And my mom had to move them by herself to get home to me. And she was freaking out. I mean, like, freaking out. And she gets home, and she's like, oh my God, are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? And by the time she got home, everything was over. But the storm wasn't over for much of my friends. Much of my friends lived right where the storm was gonna go. And that was very scary for me because they're my best friends. And I feel so bad for that kind of stuff. So, this is really crazy. Like, I can't even think of how much bad this could have turned out. But after the whole storm was over and we were just getting light rain and it was all over, like the big storm path was out of our way and we were just in the clear. So on the news they told us this, so that's why I'm confirming we were safe at that time. But my friends weren't because they lived way in front of me where the storm hadn't hit yet. And I was talking to them as the storm was just starting to hit, and they were saying, Isla, if you Isla will be okay, just stop worrying. It's okay. And my friend Juniper, I don't mean to leak her name. She's okay with being on the internet, though. And my other friend, let's just call her Amanda. That's really not her name, but it's way off. It's not even the beginning of letter, but we're just going to call her that. So Amanda texted me, and she said, I'm taking cover in my bathtub right now. I'm about to get hit with a really strong tornado/storm. And I told her, Mia, it's okay. And then she tells me, no, it's not. My parents are at a meeting, and I'm home alone. That made my heart drop. And I was getting in the bathtub at the time, taking a bath, because it was a school night still. I had to get to bed. It was 9:30, and I was getting into bed, and they were like, Amanda said, no, I'm home alone. My parents are at a meeting. My brother's with them, and I'm home alone with my animal, her dog. And as you can tell, that was my best friend, and I wasn't okay with that. And if she wants to watch the video, she can. She may think it's weird, but you know what? That was a situation where you have to take it seriously. And I don't think some of my friends ever take anything seriously, and I think that's one of the main problems. But I'm not hating on them at all. If you're watching this video, shout out to you for going through that. I mean, I don't know how I could have done that. But the next day, we woke up. Our yard was a pond. Like, we have a pond over here. I don't know. Over there, if you can see it. But that was overflowing onto our driveway. And that was one of the scariest moments of my entire life. And I don't know, you may think that's dramatic, but you were in that situation, you'd be like that too, if you have, like, anxiety and stuff. And I am a really stressed out girl. Like, when I was little, I had to go to therapy for years because my mind, I was just set on, oh my God, I could die tomorrow. There could be a tornado to take my house away. All my dogs are going to die. That's all I thought about. And that's something I don't really tell much people except for my friends. Even me, that was not her name. My mom was Amanda, we're going to call her. She doesn't even know that. And neither does Juniper, and neither does my other friend. We're going to call her, I don't know. But they don't even know, and they really, I try to tell them things, and they just put it off, like, oh no, that's not true, no, you're fine, you don't have that much anxiety, you don't worry. But it is a real thing, and that many kids struggle with, and many kids, like, it's very hard for some people, and I do get that, because that's one of my main struggles as a kid. And I'm 11 years old, and I know, because I'm not hating on anybody, but I'm the smarter kids in my class, so I know that, I hear lots of stressful things that my mother talks about, and this is nothing towards her. I just hear it because I'm a curious kid, and I like to know what's going on, because if I don't, I get really upset, and I have some anger issues, so that kind of doesn't end well, but, I like to know what's going on. I don't like things being hid from me. I don't like talking behind my back. I do not like that kind of crap. And if I have something to say to someone, I'll say it straight up to their face. I don't care if I get in trouble, because you know what? It's what I gotta say. And many people would consider that bullying, but I don't, because I think it's called standing up for yourself, because also they added on to my stressfulness and anxiety. I was bullied a lot in school and when I was littler, and it's kind of a little bit down now, but there's just another kid that my class, he just got 3 days of OSS because he picked on me and Amanda / my friend. I hate saying that. That makes me so weird. I'll have to ask her for permission, her name on Candor. But, and it's just something I've just worried about, not being stable in mind and being mental. Like, I don't like to think about these kind of things, and I don't like to think about death, and I don't like to think about storms. I just want to live my life and be a normal brain. But that's just what I struggle with, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because I feel like nobody really understands you as a person until they really see it and they get it and they understand. And that's one of the things I really, really think people should start doing is like really believing what they're saying, because sometimes it is true and nobody believes them. It's like the boy who cried wolf, for example. He keeps on saying that and saying that there's, oh my God, there's a wolf again, you're sheep, and all the times, and then finally it's true, and then they all die. And obviously, if you don't, I'm not saying that we're sheep, and but you know what I mean. But that's. Like, there's many kids, and I don't like to say this, they get so insecure, and nobody believes them, and they just don't listen, and that's very, very sad, and they end their lives because of this, and I would really like people to really embrace their feelings, and believe themselves, and believe in themselves, and don't let others bring you down, don't let them make you sad, because you know what, there's many people on this earth that love you, and if you end your life, nobody will forgive themselves. And they'll think, oh my God, it's my fault. And really, the main problem is people. And I just want whoever watches this to really think about how you treat each other. And really think about what you say and how you say it. Because it can really affect somebody. Bye-bye.